welcome to my Etsy channel where my primary objective is to help you build a thriving Etsy business. My name is Nancy and I am a digital marketing specialist. I create videos to help Etsy sellers take their shops to another level and increase their sales. So if this is something that you would like to do with your own shop, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe and like this video. So let's go ahead and get started. On this video today, I'm gonna do a Etsy shop critique on the store called Decorate. So thank you for allowing me to do a review of your shop. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I always do on a Etsy shop critique is I pick one particular listing and then I do an audit on that listing. Any links and resources that I use on this video, they will all be linked below. So below this video, there's a box that you click on and you'll have access to over 12 different resources that you could use in order to take your shop to the next level. So let's go ahead and get started. I actually picked this particular listing here for different reasons. So the first thing I talk about is product photography. And product photography is very important when you're selling online, because the only thing the customer has to see is the photo, right? They can't touch the item, they can't feel the texture, they can't wear the item. So therefore, the only thing they have to go by is the actual product picture. So you want to make sure that your photo is amazing, that it stands out from the rest of the competition, and that is compelling enough for the person to want to buy the product from you. Now, one thing that I do want to mention is that if you have good product, but your photo is okay or decent or it looks okay, it looks good, it could prevent you from making a sale. The photo has to be amazing. It has to be storytelling. It has to be to the point that when somebody sees it, whether they were looking for it or not, they're going to be like, oh, I love that necklace. I just have to get it. Let me click on it and buy, right? So you want to make sure that your photo is very clear. This photo particularly is not that clear. Even though it has a clear, I guess, like a grayish background, the photo looks wash, right? Like you can't really tell what it is. I could see the strings here, but it's really hard to tell. Is it a necklace? Is it a toy? Kind of, right? Because of the colors. Is it a bracelet? It's a little bit hard to distinguish what exactly I'm buying. Now here you could tell what it is, right? You could definitely see it. This one, it looks the same like the first one. This is great. Really, really great that you have, read the description for more information about this listing and view my things or similar items below. So you probably got that from other videos that I have made, or maybe you already have that, and that's awesome because you're telling the customer, hey, do you know you could click below to learn more? A lot of people don't know that, right? They shop on Etsy, is their first time using Etsy. They don't really know that they could click here and learn more about the product, potentially even make the sale at that point, right? This one is okay. I would say, again, it looks a little wash off. Make sure all your photos are sized the same size. This is great with the, pin this page to your Pinterest account. And let's see. Yeah, I mean, the call to actions are great. So those two call to actions are awesome. Another call to action that I say now to add as well is like this photo or this listing and then have like a little arrow pointing to the heart. The reason why I say that is because then you're telling the customer to favor your item, and then later on, if you have a sale, you add additional products to your store, they will get the notification of those additional things that you added. So I highly recommend having that call to action. But with the photos, I do recommend redoing them. I personally prefer when someone's wearing the necklace or the jewelry because it showcases the item better. So this is a really good photo. What I would have done is when you take a photo from someone, make sure that they're wearing like a white shirt, something very simple. That way it doesn't distract from the actual item that you're selling. So this photo is beautiful. It's a little distracting because it's purple and then it has flowers up here. So what I would do is that whoever's wearing the actual product, to make sure that when they're showcasing the product, it's against a clear, like a nude color or like a white shirt, or even like just showing their neckline only, but just making sure that it's very, very simple and that there's no distraction from the back end. That way the photo could stand out on its own. You did a really good job of adding a lot of photos. A lot of people do one or two and they stop. So you did a really good job with that. So what you need to do in order to take your store to the next level is improve one of the things today that we're going to talk about all the stuff, but the first thing is your photos. They need to be high notch photos. You need to take them to another level. Now, the second thing we want to talk about is SEO, or also known as search engine optimization. And this is how search engines find your product, whether it's Google, whether it's Pinterest, whether it's Yahoo or Etsy search results. They type in a keyword and your product pops up, right? So you want to make sure that when you're using keywords that you're targeting your target audience, people that are interested in your products, and you want to also make sure that your keywords are not oversaturated, meaning that tons of people are using the same keyword, because then it'll be really hard for you to rank organically. And if you were to run a Facebook ad or if you were to run an Etsy ad, your cost per click is going to be a lot higher because you're using keywords that everyone else is competing with. So therefore, they'll charge you more in order to appear in the first, second, third page of Etsy. Another thing you want to make sure you do is that you're not using keywords that are too broad, in the sense that you're not targeting your audience, right? You want to make sure you target people that are interested in buying a necklace that has chunky beads and etc. So let's look at your listing. So I did an audit using Rank, and I want to point this out. This is a prime example of the Etsy grade, right? So you got an A on the grade, right? I saw it somewhere in here, right here. I saw it earlier. You got an A on the grade. That means that you're doing majority of the stuff that Etsy wants you to do. You're putting the keyword in the title. You're putting the keyword in the listing description. You have multiple photos. You have an actual listing description. You have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. However, that doesn't necessarily equate that just because you have an A on the Etsy rank grade system that your keywords are correct, or the keywords you're using are the right keywords. You're actually using a lot of keywords that you shouldn't use. For instance, you see how these are so, the competition is so high. You shouldn't use these, because that means that everyone out there's so many people right now using the same keyword as yourself. So the chances of you getting found organically is going to be very, very low, because there's so much people using that same keyword. For instance, wood beads necklace, there's 44,000 other listings using that same particular listing. So therefore, you're competing with all these people, and your listing is going to be buried all the way in the bottom. Um, that's the bad thing about using keywords that are oversaturated. That you're competing with so many people, you don't get found. So you definitely want to remove all these keywords here. All of these. If they're over, I would say if they're over 10,000 listings, remove it and redo them again. Look for keywords that are not too broad, because right now, you're not going to get a lot of sales. You're not going to get a lot of traffic to your shop, because you're using keywords that, unfortunately, people are not going to find you organically. You could run ads and that will help. However, you want to target both, right? People, you want to be able to get found through organic and then also found through Etsy ads. And keep in mind that just because you spend money on Etsy ad doesn't necessarily equate that you're going to be in the first page of Etsy, on the search results, because they have so many people competing that they have to put everyone, they have to like kind of alternate between ads, right? Between listings. So I would definitely work on that. Another one is when you see a keyword that doesn't have any metric next to it, it means that even if other people are using those keywords, a lot of people, you might go and see like 1,000 people use it, right? It just means that no one's really searching for that keyword. Like buyers are not searching for that in the Etsy search results, so it doesn't pull up. If it's like a very low amount of people searching for it, Etsy won't even report on it, and that's why you don't have anything there or here. So those two have to go automatically, because you don't want to use keywords that are not going to get you any traffic. And then also you put beach theme. I don't know if your product is based on beach theme. I don't think it is. I could be wrong. So I apologize. So I would change that. And this is also not targeting your audience. This one is targeting your audience, wood beads necklace. This one is not targeting your audience because you put beach theme. Beach theme could pretty much be anything. If you go to Etsy right now, right, and you type in beach theme, watch what happens. You're gonna get everything. You're gonna get, I don't, this is decor art, like print, lotion, necklaces, even Christmas stockings with beach prints. You see? So you're getting everything and anything. So right now, you're just targeting anyone that types in beach, but it's not your target audience. So therefore, you might see a lot of views or a lot of impressions, but you're not getting the sales. That's the reason why. Because you're targeting anybody and everybody. So therefore, you're not targeting your audience. You're not targeting the right people. So therefore, you're not going to drive the people that are actually interested in buying this actual product. So you don't want to use keywords that are too broad. Spring trend, that's another one that's too broad. Sister birthday gift, that's another one. Statement jewelry, that might be okay. However, it's oversaturating. Um, Fun colors, that's anything also. That's too, that you're not targeting your audience right now. You're using keywords that are too broad. You're just showing your listing to anybody. So therefore, that person's not interested in buying your product. But you see how everything is coming up? You don't see necklaces. You see everything from necklace to a sign to um zombie snot. Look at this. It's just all different type of stuff. So that's why you need to change your keywords. Definitely work on that. You have to just stick with would be necklace and then kind of go and start looking for more keywords. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you sell baby headbands, right? So what you would do is you would say baby headband, infant headband, pink baby headband, brown baby headband, nylon baby headband, pink headbands for baby. That's what you would do. Those are long tail keywords, and you would use the tools on Etsy rank on keyword tool to find keywords. That's what you need to do. You need to just revamp all your SEO again because you're using keywords, using 3 different types of keywords. Keywords that are oversaturated, keywords that don't target your audience, and keywords that are not driving enough traffic on Etsy, so therefore they're not going to drive you traffic either. So you definitely need to change your keywords. Once you change your keywords, you will do the same thing you did here. I will separate them by commas. So make sure you put a comma in between each keyword. I will also put the main keyword in the top of your listing description. And then throughout the listing description, add the additional keywords as well. So therefore, your page is optimized correctly for SEO standards. The next thing I want to talk about is your listing description, right? So the listing description basically is everything and anything related to Etsy, right? To your listing description. So you want to make sure that it describes what they're buying, what you're selling, how to order, the colors, the shape, the size, the return policy, the shipping policy, how to get contact with you. You definitely want to include everything. So what I would do is, this is good because your meta description is really nice. This is what shows up on the Google search results. So this is good. I would cut it down a little bit because the meta description shouldn't be longer than 150 characters or 55 characters. So it's a little bit longer, but it's really, really good. And then what I would do is you have the items, you have like small paragraphs, which is easier to read. What I would do is just separate it by putting headlines. And what I mean by that is if you look at my listing, you will notice I have headlines. So let me show you. I have description, what's included, how to order, what you will receive, returns and refunds, etc. Do it that way. That way it looks easier to read, it's easier to skim, people can find whatever they're looking for, and there's no confusion. I like the fact that you have a hyperlink to your policies, you have a hyperlink to your page. Does this work? Because it has a hashtag there. Let me see. Just want to make sure that it's working correctly for you. Oh, it does. Good job. Okay, so you did a good job with that. I love your little heart here. I like that you have the backlink here. That way when people go scroll all the way down, They don't leave your page. If they do, they'll click there and they'll take them to your home page. Um, yeah, I mean, I would just describe a little bit more. I know that you have the shipping policy there, which is good. I mean, at least you're sending them to it, right? Um, I would, my opinion is better if you have it here. That's just my opinion. A lot of people, um, I've seen this before that people have the link there, so I don't think it's a bad idea either. It's just for me, I'd rather have it both places on the shop policy section and then have it here too. But it's up to you. But at least you have the link there that they could click on and go to. So I think overall you've done a good job with your listing description in that area. I don't think you really need to change that much. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the curation of your shop. And the curation of your shop is basically how does your shop look? Does it look like it's coming from the same store? Do you have brand awareness? Do you have the same colors, like a cohesive look? And so the first thing I do want to say is that whenever you are trying to create a cohesive line, you have to make sure that all your colors are the same colors. You want to make sure that you're using the same color scheme for branding purposes. So if your colors are white, black, pink, then everything should be white, black, pink. So for instance, if I saw this picture or this listing on Etsy search results, and then I saw this one, I wouldn't think that this is from the same shop. So therefore, in the sense of brand awareness, you're not creating that right now. So if you want to take your shop to the next level, you want to make sure that you have brand awareness, that when people see two separate listings, they could say, oh, that's from Decorate. Like they'll recognize your brand, right? So the first thing is making sure that all your photos have the same similar style and look and colors to create that brand and that cohesive look all across. I like the fact that you at least have a logo, and I like that you have a tagline. You have a photo of yourself that's very important so people can know who they're buying from, and it helps build credibility. Um, you have a discount code so people could receive discounts if they order over $50. That's enticing because for some people they do want to save money, and seeing it there, they will buy from you. What I would do also is if can invest in buying a better banner, I would do that. That way it could elevate your store. I have links below of people that could create a banner for you. Definitely work on doing that a little bit more so your store could stand out. But your banner is not bad. It's just that it could look way better. That's my suggestion. Um, Good job on having photos on your updates. Good job on the video. Good job on expressing who you are and your passion. I mean, that really helps convey a message to people, and then people feel connected with you. People want to know who they're buying from. So it's really important to include a bio about yourself, your about me section. So you did a really good job with that, and good job of adding your links. So I think overall you've done a really good job. I think the only issue is your SEO and your photos, to be honest. Like the most, I would say. SEO, you want to make sure, like I said earlier, to find keywords that are that is for your target audience, right? But you want to make sure that they're not over 10,000 listings, because if you choose keywords that are very, very saturated, it's going to be really hard for you to get traffic to your shop and increase your sales. And then the photos, having that cohesive look, like I said, having all the same colors, the same color scheme, making sure that your photos are clear, making sure that they're the most amazing photo. If you upload a photo and you can't really tell yourself that it's amazing, I wouldn't put it up. So just keep working on it. I know it's a lot, but it just takes time, and with time you get better and better and better. And when you least expect it, like I did, you'll go back to your a year later or 6 months later, and you start changing stuff around because you learn so much more, that you start improving in so many aspects, that you start changing it up again because you're like, oh, well, this could look better and this could look better and I could do this better. So you kind of start doing that. Overall, I think you've done an excellent job, but these are my suggestions for your shop. I hope that this tutorial came in handy. Guys, if this is your first time visiting, don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any tips for this store, for Decorate, make sure you leave a comment below of any suggestions. I'm trying to create a sense of community where we all come together and help each other out, okay? So thank you again for watching. Have a wonderful day.